What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the channel. My name is Clancy O'Neill, and today we have a breakdown of AC Valhalla's gameplay trailer. Let's talk about that. Now, before we dive into this, I do want to just preface this video saying that I completely understand the community being disappointed with the marketing around this. However, if we are to take a look back at all previous titles, Assassin's Creed has released a gameplay, quote unquote, trailer before then going on to release a, quote, gameplay demo. Does that mean I agree with the business practice? No. Do I think these should be marketed and titled differently when they're released? Yes. But at the end of the day, we still have some interesting things to go through here in this trailer, so let's have a look. Starting off here with the first point of interest, night scenes in games have come such a long way. The ambience here set by the northern lights is stunning, to say the least, and overall doesn't come with nearly as much graininess as previous titles. After a little research on Google, the building here seems to be what's known as a stave church, which was a common place of worship during the Viking Age. Moving on, in our next scene, we get a sneak peek at what looks to be in-game implementation of ray tracing. The lighting here is absolutely gorgeous, and again, love the ambience. We've got some longboats here in action. I love the immersive weather effects with the snowfall. Really just adds to the environment overall. Big fan. Just going to stop here for a moment. We have more Odyssey-like open spaces continuing into this game. The lovely green lush rolling hills with the snow-capped mountains in the background, with so much detail maintained here at this render distance, is actually pretty cool. I think goes to show the scope of the world here, and I will say that I did want to see more dense urban environments in this trailer, but to get a scope of the parkour and whatnot, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now, this time-lapse here made me wonder if it's capable now with the new hardware to skip from day to night like in previous titles, but while being able to see the environment around you, which I think would make for some cool game footage. Whereas in previous titles, it's always panned into the sky. Something to wait and see, I guess. We've got another look here at the time-lapse effect that I've been talking about. Again, we'll just have to wait and see. And here we have a first look at character animations and overall combat. The dreaded running animation in Odyssey seemed to be addressed here. If anyone recalls, in Odyssey, it kind of looked like you had to stick up your ass. Eivor seems to follow up here with some sort of dropkick ability, which seems pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of Origins when you weren't equipped with a weapon. You'd be able to do your overpower ability and jump and drop kick the enemy. So we'll have to wait and see actual gameplay of that. Moving on into the next scene here, we have what looks to be the stage for a raid that will take place. We have a battering ram down here in the bottom right of the screen with a protective roof to hide from arrows. Makes me sort of think that all these elements will be upgradable. Sort of like your ship was in Odyssey, which is pretty cool. You'll get to see that in action shortly in the trailer. The creative director Ashraf Ismail has mentioned a couple of times that they've gone for a really visceral, punchy feeling with the combat, and I think it's shown off here with this scene. Just bludgeoning away at this guy's face with your bare fists definitely makes for some cool gameplay. We move on to the next scene here, and we have not one, not two, but what looks like Eivor about to throw his third axe. This gives way to potentially more fleshed out overpower abilities and what their new dual wielding system can open up for the combat of the game, which overall just makes me really excited. And we finish off here with the scene that really seems to set the tone for the overall game. The music, the color palette of everything. I think this is going to be a game that feels really weighty, gritty, dark, at times being faced with decisions we don't want to make, and being able to feel the consequences of our actions in the world. A huge departure from Odyssey that felt somewhat too lighthearted at times, to the point that when it came time for those more impactful moments in the storyline, they sort of fell flat to your relative environment around you. But anyways, that about wraps up the video for today. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe if you aren't already, and comment on what mechanics in-game you would love to see come into the series. That's all for now. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.